Welcome back. You're watching Hong Kong Direct. Prior to the break, we were discussing this year's four-year-old series, but there was one significant four-year-old that we didn't mention in our discussion. He's the highest-rated four-year-old in Hong Kong, super sprinter Athero, who made his racetrack return on Tuesday, and he's the subject of this week's trial file.
Athero in front here, tanking along at the 250, leads 2.5 Fantasy Spring, and then came winning Delago Q the Music. Chappao Boss over on the outside rail, making some inroads late with Nitro Express, but it's Athero going to the line nicely here under Moreira and goes on to score well by 2.5.
Yeah, it was a pleasing trial. You know, horse has been off for a long time. Nice to bring him back, and the track condition looks beautiful this morning, so just give him a little half-mile trial and prep for his future races, and he's come through it nicely, and we'll go back and check him to make sure everything's all right, but he's been pleasing me leading into his first trial for us, so all in all, very happy.
When will be his first run for you?
To be decided still, you know. He's a big horse. He's done what I wanted him to do. He's put on 50 pounds of body weight just to fill that big frame out. He's at 1,300 pounds now, and you know, we'll just bring him along. He'll trial again, and then we'll take it from there.
And obviously he's coming back from a bleeding attack in the Chairman Sprint Prize last year. Yeah. Just tell us, what have you done to bring him back, Casper?
Oh, well, mate, it takes time. You know, those sort of horses had a lot of wear and tear on his lungs, and we just give him a lot of time to recover from that. And you know, we've been very pleased with the scopes that we've performed on him for quite a few times, and you know, all in all, I think he's in a happy place. His head's come right. He's a happy and healthy horse. And now, like anything in this game, you need a little bit of luck. And we've certainly done our part by producing him and getting him to the best form we can. And obviously, come race day, we look forward to having him in as good a fitness as we can.
He's such a special horse, isn't he? He's so good. Once again, at the trial, he gave me such a feel that he is a good horse, and looks like he's on the right path to get back to what he used to be. We know he had the problems, but seems like he overcame it. It's a matter of time until he really get himself fit and be ready to go to the races.
You won on him at the races about 18 months ago when he broke the track record over 1,000 metres. Could you draw any comparisons in terms of how he felt then to how he feels now? Is he a more mature horse, those sort of things, Joe?
Because he's a bit fresh and he hasn't raced for quite some time, he went out there like Jockey and expressing that he was a little bit keen and willing to just get things done, which is normal for a horse that hasn't raced for that long, you know. When we got into the gate, even though he got a little bit excited there, he's jumped brilliantly. He traveled wanting to go forward and run away from them. But what I was told from Casper is to just give him a easy trial, make sure that we get him back to his normal exercise, and when he's ready, he's ready. The trial itself was very impressive in my opinion. It's not a surprise to me because he is a good horse, and let's see if he's going to keep on the right track as he's been.
I don't want to go over the top, Declan, by one 800-metre barrier trial, but given the problems that he's had, it was great to see Athero back at the trials on Tuesday morning. Yeah,
it was fantastic to see him trial the way he did as well. He was once the heir apparent to Hong Kong's sprinting ranks, and I do think he can get back to that level. And that trial did show that he's returned to a decent level. He probably needs another trial. He moved well, but he probably needs another one just to settle him in and get back to racing. And then whether we see him back in early April for the Group 2 Sprint Cup or then Champions Day for the Chairman's Sprint Prize remains to be seen. But those two look likely targets, so I don't think that Class 1 in March he'll make that.
Casper Founds has inherited Athero, obviously, from John Moore. He's also recently inherited Classique Legend, who we saw run in the Hong Kong Sprint. I think it was all too tough an ask for the horse, and he pulled up lame after the race. But he's had a few gallops back at Chung Fa. He's the joint third best horse in the world on ratings, Declan. If he can be back into his best form like we saw in the Everest last year, how exciting would that be, too, to have both of them there in April?
Yeah, not just that. They're both from Casper's stable. All reports are it looks like Classique Legend's doing well. I think that, like you said, that sprint race was it was all too much too fast for him. But we know this horse has plenty of quality about him. As you said, he's third best. And not to mention he defeated 7 individual Group 1 winners in that Everest race. So whilst not a Group 1, he proved he's got the potential to win one. And I think when he gets back to his best, we're going to see some some serious exciting races over the sprint distances and getting to that level of racing that Hong Kong usually has with Athero and Classique Legend, and not to mention Hot King Prawn and a few others as well. So there's some exciting races coming up for sure.
There are certainly, and no doubt Casper Fownes will be keeping his fingers crossed that both Athero and Classique Legend can continue to progress and get to their best for the big races coming up. This weekend though, we're racing on Sunday at Sha Tin, a 10-race card, a Class 2. Race 3 is our highest class event. We're back to the Valley on Wednesday night, and then Sunday afternoon racing the following week at Sha Tin. But this Sunday we welcome a new jockey to the riding ranks here in Hong Kong. He's been twice champion jockey in Macau and almost was champion jockey in Singapore last season. A new Brazilian, his name is Ruan Maia.
I just look forward to start to ride, start to work, so I'm very excited. I'm feeling so happy. The quarantine is not easy, but I passed already, so just look forward to start riding this Sunday. I had the luck because the club put one treadmill for me in their room, so I can run every day for keeping my form, my weight, and after that I stay together with my wife. I play sometimes game for pass the time, but it's okay. Slowly I pass. I feeling well now to start work here. Hopefully I can do a good job here. I will try my best, but I look forward for what happened. I respect everybody. I know I did a good job in Macau, Singapore, but here's new place, different challenge. But I will keep work hard to see if I can do a good job also.
Ruan Maia there, he was there to meet the press on Thursday morning, including Declan Schuster. What impression did he leave you with, Declan?
Yeah, he left a very big impression. We're talking about someone who's had instant success in both Macau and Singapore, and following in somewhat of the footsteps of Joe Moreira, who also had instant success in Singapore. I think he's going to leave a nice little impression in Hong Kong. And one thing I did note was he's really put a big effort into his English skills and learning the language to speak to owners and trainers. So I think he's got a very strong asset there, and he's obviously a very, very capable rider with the success that he's had in Macau and Singapore. I think he's going to leave a nice little impression very early.
Yes, those communication skills are vital for jockeys here in Hong Kong, given they've got to sell themselves. There are no agents here. He's got 8 rides on the weekend, so certainly plenty of rides. I think he might need a bit of luck, though, to get a winner on his first day, Declan.
Yeah, he just might. He's got 8 rides, so that'll be a nice little introduction for him to figure it out. And he's got a contract till the end of the season, so he's got plenty of time to pick things up and see how it goes. But interestingly with him, when we asked him about what his goals were for the season, he just wanted to let it come naturally and see how he all goes. And I think he's got the right attitude, and he gave me an impression that I think he's going to do really well here, and he's going to leave a mark.
Let's hope so. Declan, we're almost out of time, but thanks for joining us this week on Hong Kong Direct.
Thank you, Edward. It's a pleasure as always.
So we're going to leave you on the show this week then by paying tribute to John Size, who celebrated his 1300th winner as a trainer in Hong Kong on Sunday. For us, these are his 5 best training performances in his time here in Hong Kong.
Electronic Unicorn is unwinding a big run. He's 4 off the front. You'd want to have his number on your ticket. He sweeps up to Cliffhanger. He really runs away. Electronic Unicorn, the gun miler, sprints away with the National Panasonic Cup. Is the International Mile Glory set though? Wins by 3.
Entrapment in front from California Choice. Sacred Kingdom's running on, but Entrapment clear of Sacred Kingdom is coming with a real charge. Entrapment, though, what a training performance by John Size.
Here's Ping Hai Star emerging. Ping Hai Star racing up to Singapore Sling. They got to the golden age. Ping Hai Star tearing away with the derby. John Size produces a masterpiece with Ping Hai Star.
As Luger races to the lead from Giant Treasure, Got Fly, and further back to the inside is Romantic Touch. It's Luger in front in the derby. Romantic Touch and Got Fly giving chase. Luger just in front. Burton Glorious Days coming into the race fresh. He's cutting back the margin. It's Gold Fun in front of Glorious Days. The outside looms. Packing Whiz going to third, but Glorious Days, great training performance by John Size.